When papering ceilings, it's essential that you work out where your paper is going to sit in accordance to these ceiling roses. I'll put this piece of paper up here. What you'd want to avoid is something like this, because you've got a funny edge sitting against the ceiling rose, and your next piece that sits in, you've got these awkward wedges which just a daft cut to make. Something like that, halfway, is not too bad. You can simply push the paper into the ceiling rose, then with a pencil make a mark, and then just push round a little bit, make a couple of marks, and then with your scissors, like the spokes on a wheel, just cut out to that edge. Don't go beyond pencil marks. And then what that will enable is the paper to sit round. So as it's going further round, make a couple more marks. And then with your scissors, keep going till you get that sat neat. Then you can carry on applying the paper across the ceiling, come back to it and trim it. My preferred method is to get full length through this. Okay, so once I've got that to that point, I know where the ceiling rose is there, so I'll just put a bit of a pencil mark. And now what I want to find is where the wire runs in to the ceiling rose. So just there I can make a mark. Now what I don't want to do is go past that pencil line. So now with the scissors I can just create a small hole. Okay, and then just snip out. That's as far as I'm going to go. I'm a good centimetre away from that outer line. Now I'll make another cut that way, making a cross. Okay. Now comes the slightly awkward bit. So what I need to do is find the end of the pendant and just bring this to this hole and just gently start to feed that through. Okay. So now, keeping everything in position and my thumb and finger, I just want to draw this wire up to this hole. Okay, right, now through. And now that pencil line I've worked up to near, I can just snip a little bit more around. Basically these are relief cuts so I can get the rest of this paper on. A little bit more, so I use my pencil. throw it away. Matter of just a little at a time, and eventually it will just sit over. Just remove any bubbles. Now I can get the rest of this paper on. Okay. Now, with a damp cloth, just get rid of the crumb. The damp cloth, wipe all this down. If you notice, on the end here, I've covered. Just stop any paste going up inside. Wipe around that ceiling rose. Now I can trim these edges, these little bits that I've left, ready for the next step. Take a look now that I've trimmed. I've only trimmed slightly. There should be no tears along this ceiling. Now I can just grip this and undo it. Also, if you notice, I only exposed this when I needed to tuck that paper underneath. No need to have this like that when you're actually putting the paper on. Always keep it covered, keeps any paste from around this area. Also, if this fitting is different, as in these pendants usually are taken out and you'll have a metal plate on the back where the rose is screwed to either side. Inevitably, you'll have to remove one of those. So take it out of the way, undo it, and usually you'll find something like this coming from the ceiling, the earth onto the plate, and a block. Depending, if you're not so sure about your electrics, then take a photograph before you undo anything. Familiarise yourself with it, and then when you come to put anything back, it's easier, because it may be a couple of days before this goes back, especially if you're painting, because usually a paper that goes on, you paint. If you're unable to unscrew the ceiling rose, if it's stuck tight, then at the stage when all this is trimmed, simply put a filling knife against it and then start to run round with the blade. That way the pressure of the filling knife on the paper, it won't tear. Right, it's inevitable at some stage you're going to get a joint running through the centre. But if it's avoidable, it's always better to have a full length. Like I say, the light that's cast won't show that joint the same. And above all else, make sure you stay safe around these. So if you need to turn the electric off, turn it off.